The Bin Laden Papers is a remarkable book that delves deep into the clandestine operations of one of the most notorious terrorist organizations in modern history. It offers an unprecedented glimpse into the secretive world of Al-Qaeda, revealing the intricate details of their operations, strategies, and internal communications. Author Nellie Lahoud meticulously analyzes documents seized from Osama bin Laden's compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. These papers reveal the inner workings of Al-Qaeda, including their recruitment processes, financial dealings, and operational challenges. They provide insight into bin Laden's thoughts and strategies, offering a rare look into the mind of a man who orchestrated some of the most devastating terrorist attacks in history. The unveiling of the Bin Laden Papers was a moment that sent shockwaves through the intelligence community and beyond. It marked the dawn of a new era in understanding global terrorism. The documents, meticulously catalogued and analyzed, began to reveal the hidden depths of Al-Qaeda's operations. Each page was a piece of a larger puzzle, shedding light on the organization's hierarchy, communication methods, and strategic goals. As researchers pored over the seized materials, a clearer picture of Al-Qaeda's inner workings began to emerge. The papers detailed how bin Laden managed his network from afar, the challenges he faced in maintaining control, and his thoughts on the future of jihad. They also exposed the vulnerabilities and infighting within the organization, painting a complex portrait of a group often perceived as monolithic. The release of the Bin Laden Papers was not just a revelation, it was a revolution in counterterrorism. It allowed analysts to understand the motivations and fears of Al-Qaeda's leadership, providing a roadmap for future operations against terror networks. The insights gained from these documents continue to influence global strategies in the fight against terrorism, making the unveiling of the Bin Laden Papers a landmark event in modern history. The story begins with a daring raid. In May 2011, U.S. Navy SEALs stormed a compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan. This high-stakes mission had one goal: to capture or kill Osama bin Laden. The raid was a success. Bin Laden was killed. The SEALs recovered a treasure trove of intelligence. Among the items seized were hard drives, DVDs, and handwritten notes. These materials became known as the Bin Laden Papers. The raid was a turning point in the war on terror. It dealt a significant blow to Al-Qaeda. It also provided valuable insights into the organization's operations. The Abbottabad raid was a defining moment in the fight against terrorism. The intelligence recovered that night continues to shape our understanding of Al-Qaeda. Osama bin Laden was a complex figure, a man of contradictions and extremes. He was a charismatic leader who inspired fierce loyalty among his followers, captivating them with his vision and rhetoric. Yet he was also a ruthless killer responsible for the deaths of thousands of innocent people, leaving a trail of devastation and grief. The Bin Laden Papers provide a unique window into his psyche, revealing the inner workings of his mind and the meticulous nature of his planning. The documents reveal that bin Laden was deeply involved in the day-to-day operations of Al-Qaeda, overseeing every detail with an obsessive eye. He micromanaged everything from recruitment to attack planning, ensuring that his vision was executed precisely. He was obsessed with secrecy and security, constantly devising new ways to evade detection and protect his network. Bin Laden was a prolific writer, penning countless letters and documents that outlined his strategies and beliefs. He penned countless letters to his followers, offering guidance, encouragement, and sometimes chastisement to keep them aligned with his vision. He saw himself as a warrior fighting a holy war against the West, a battle he believed was divinely sanctioned. The papers paint a portrait of a man driven by a radical ideology, unwavering in his belief that his actions were justified. Bin Laden was convinced of his own righteousness, believing that he was chosen to lead this fight. He believed that violence was justified in the pursuit of his goals, seeing it as a necessary means to an end, no matter the cost in human lives. The Bin Laden Papers challenge some long-held beliefs. For example, the book suggests that the idea for the 9/11 attacks originated with Khalid Sheikh Mohammed, not bin Laden. This revelation contradicts the findings of the 9/11 Commission report. The papers also shed light on Al-Qaeda's relationship with Iran. Contrary to popular belief, the two were not allies. Bin Laden viewed Iran with suspicion. He believed that Iran was trying to undermine Al-Qaeda. The book also reveals that Al-Qaeda was plagued by infighting and rivalries. bin Laden struggled to maintain control over the organization's various factions. The Bin Laden Papers provide a nuanced and often surprising look at Al-Qaeda. The book debunks myths and offers new perspectives on key events. Al-Qaeda's struggles, from powerhouse to paper tiger. In the aftermath of 9/11, Al-Qaeda was seen as a formidable force. The organization had struck a blow against the United States. It inspired fear and dread around the world. However, the Bin Laden Papers tell a different story. The documents reveal that Al-Qaeda was a shadow of its former self. The organization was crippled by drone strikes and relentless pressure from the US and its allies. Bin Laden was forced into hiding. Al-Qaeda's operational capabilities were severely degraded. The organization struggled to recruit new members. Funding dried up. Bin Laden's authority waned. The papers paint a picture of an organization in decline. Al-Qaeda was no longer the global threat it once was. Whispers in the dark Bin Laden's communication networks. Despite being in hiding, Bin Laden remained in contact with his followers. He used couriers to transport messages. He communicated through intermediaries. The papers provide a glimpse into his clandestine network. Bin Laden was obsessed with security. He went to great lengths to avoid detection. He used code words and aliases. He instructed his followers to destroy any incriminating evidence. The papers reveal that Bin Laden was in regular contact with Ayman al-Zawahiri, his second-in-command. They discussed strategy and operations. They also shared personal thoughts and anxieties. Bin Laden's communication network was a testament to his cunning and determination. Despite the risks, he managed to stay connected to his followers. The final chapter, A Life in Hiding. Bin Laden spent his final years in seclusion, hidden away from the world. He lived in a fortified compound in Abbottabad, Pakistan, a place designed to keep him safe and hidden. He was surrounded by his family and a handful of loyal followers, creating a small, insular world. The papers found in his compound offer a rare glimpse into his daily life and thoughts. Bin Laden was a creature of habit. He woke up early every morning, adhering to a strict routine. He prayed 5 times a day, a practice that anchored his daily life. He spent hours reading and writing, immersing himself in religious texts and strategic plans. Surprisingly, he enjoyed watching nature documentaries, finding solace in the beauty of the natural world. Despite his isolation, Bin Laden remained fixated on current events, constantly seeking information. He followed the news closely, analyzing global developments and their implications. He wrote extensively about his vision for the future, detailing his plans and ideologies. The papers reveal that Bin Laden was a complex and contradictory figure, full of conflicting emotions and thoughts. He was a mass murderer who yearned for a simpler life, a paradox that defined his existence. He was a ruthless terrorist who loved his family deeply, a man of stark contrasts. In the end, Bin Laden's life in hiding was a blend of mundane routines and grandiose ambitions, a life shrouded in secrecy and contradiction. His final years were marked by a constant tension between his desire for normalcy and his role as a global fugitive. The legacy he left behind is one of violence and terror, but also of a man who sought meaning in a life of hiding. The legacy of the Bin Laden Papers. The Bin Laden Papers is a groundbreaking work. It provides an unparalleled look into the mind of a terrorist mastermind. The book challenges our assumptions about Al-Qaeda. It offers new insights into the war on terror. The papers are a valuable historical resource. They help us understand the origins and evolution of Al-Qaeda. They also shed light on the challenges of combating terrorism. The legacy of the Bin Laden Papers is still being written. The book continues to spark debate and discussion. It is a reminder that the fight against terrorism is far from over. The Bin Laden Papers is a must-read for anyone who wants to understand the complexities of the world we live in. Nellie Lahoud, a scholar of terror. Nellie Lahoud is a renowned expert on Al-Qaeda. She is a senior fellow at New America. She has written extensively about terrorism and the Middle East. Her work is widely respected by scholars and policymakers alike. Lahoud spent years analyzing the Bin Laden Papers. She meticulously translated and annotated the documents. She pieced together a narrative from thousands of fragments. Lahoud's analysis is both objective and insightful. She avoids sensationalism. She lets the documents speak for themselves. Her work is a testament to the power of rigorous scholarship. Nellie Lahoud is a leading voice in the fight against terrorism. Her work is essential reading for anyone who wants to understand this complex and challenging issue. As we close this chapter on the Bin Laden Papers, it's essential to remember the profound impact that meticulous scholarship can have on our understanding of the world. Nellie Lahoud's dedication and expertise provide us with a clearer picture of the complexities surrounding terrorism. Her work is not just informative but transformative, offering insights that go beyond the surface. If you're intrigued by the revelations we've discussed, we encourage you to delve deeper into Lahoud's analysis. Grab the book and explore the intricate details that shape our global narrative. And don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more literary summaries that open up your mind. Together, we can continue to uncover the truths that shape our world.